Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we'll be talking something very important, and it's about Rob Smith. This man, you actually all know him very well, and you all remember there was a time he came out to say that he went for a party, like Republican party or something like that, where they were having, it was a party, and they started yelling racial slurs on him, and he ran back to the television to cry that it is not accepted, it is not it is not okay, you know. And this young man also came out to say that he is kind of scared, I am black, but he is scared to admit that. But the reality is that black people are the problem in work spaces or in work situations and all that. And then he went ahead to call black people lazy. Like, now, I am not trying to bash him. He has said his own and all that. But people like this, I do not believe him or believe them for, not even for a second. Because I know what they do. This man do not even, Rob Smith, do not have the interest of people that look like me. He has been going around saying so many nasty things about black people. That was why nobody, not even a single soul, actually came out to speak on his behalf when what happened to him during the period is he was crying that they were screaming racial slurs on him and all that. That tells you how horrible they can go. But sometimes they think that they are untouchable. But I want him to know that he is very touchable because he has experienced it. Let's get into it.
And I'm scared to admit that the real tea is that we are the problem in workplace situations. Sometimes we can be lazy, we can be entitled, we can be spoiled, we can be overly dramatic, and these are things that really do get in our way when it comes to reaching either the top of the corporate ladder or when people actually give us opportunities to succeed. We get in our own ways because we have these chips on our shoulders about all of the stuff from the past instead of focusing on the opportunity at hand and doing a good job. I'm black and I'm scared to admit that the real tea is that we are the problem in workplace situations. Sometimes
disgusting. I'm disgusted. But I'm not surprised. We all know those black people who are technically they're black, but they're not really fucking black. I'm not taking anybody serious who has a fucking wave kit in their head. You have a relaxer in your head. I know what type of black guy you are. It's kind of like the white people who say I'm not racist because I got black friends. He's just the opposite. He's the fucking opposite. He's black, but he ain't really black. I slap people like him. We are the problem in the workforce. I am black. If you want me to keep it a bean with you, this is going to sound kind of racist, but I'm not racist. If you want me to keep it a stack with you, Mexicans work the hardest, bro. No funny shit, no bullshit. They ain't got no problem. They gonna knock it out. They don't ask for much. All right, let me get off this app. Long story short, he's not black.
To admit that the real tea is that we are the problem in workplace.
I'm scared to admit to you that that's a toupee on your head. Let's talk about it. If you want to just tap dance for the white man, just say that. Because how did you come up with that idea that we are the problem at the workplace? Please talk quickly. I feel like people like him will literally throw under the bus other black workers or colleagues just so he could be the token or picked black person for the workspace. And what's so ironic is that these type of individuals always have a certain look to them. Like if you notice the ones that are, literally have certain aesthetics about them, the way they talk, the way they act, it's just funny to me. Being a pick-me will never get you nowhere in life. Seriously, just stop it. Go about your day, go about your business, and stop being a pick-me.
I'm black and I'm scared to admit that the real tea is that we are the...
I'm not scared to admit it. So you were the problem at that little Republican Klan meeting thing that you went to, and they were calling you the N-word and they were trying to fight you. You were the problem. Let you tell it, you were the problem. Didn't you just say that we are the problem and you being the we? You were the problem. That Republican meeting that you weren't invited to, but you tagged along anyway? And then you got on the news crying and trying to tell your story? Talking about they were calling you the N-word and trying to fight you and beat you up? You weren't the problem. And here you are, again, being the problem because you don't learn. Rarely do coons ever learn. Look at Candace. She still ain't learned. Y'all never do learn. But yeah, you're the problem. Thank you for admitting it. Now you need to realize that you were the problem in that all-white space, in that all-white Republican space where you thought you had some friends, and even the friends that half-assed invited you there didn't even have your back. Do you have any type of solidarity with anybody? Do you have any actual friends? Because the Republicans didn't want, the white Republicans didn't want you there. The black people don't fuck with you. So like what? Oh, sad life.
Is that we are the problem in workplace situations.
The thing that annoys me so much when people say things like this about any group of people, but especially minority groups, is confirmation bias. Of course you're going to notice people like that. It's like the train wreck that you can't look away from, or the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. Meanwhile, the people who don't act like that, the ones who are doing what they're supposed to be doing, they don't get noticed. They get passed over. Now, I can tell you, of the retail and corporate jobs that I've worked in my life, there have been people of all different backgrounds who have been horrible to work with. But there have also been people of all different backgrounds who have been lovely people and make the workplace, like, nice. Is that because I live in a large multicultural coastal city? Maybe. And I interact with all different kinds of people all the time? Or I'm also the type of person that likes to give recognition because I feel like if a person is awesome, then they deserve to be recognized for that. But always, always, always remember the logical fallacies. There's probably fallacies in the way that you're thinking. And the phrase for today is confirmation bias.
Bro, I don't know why he felt like that way to say something like this, but it's not only like the black community, okay? It's everybody from all communities, white, Latinos, Asian. I've seen it all, okay? I have seen it all from my personal experience working at these rough, lame jobs before, and everybody from all positions done this before. They just left, they didn't quit jobs, they just feel like they deserve to be in a better position, or they don't deserve to be working so hard for so less. Everybody been in that situation. I don't know why he want to make it single out only black, but people, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's how honestly, that's how I feel like about this whole situation. I don't think it's only black people. It's only the black community that been through that. Like, there's some hardworking black folks that I know, and the ones that I have met, like, they always talk in the most motivated way. Like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make this happen, and that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna grind it out, thug it out. Even when the pay at that time when I was working with them wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they have to do what they gotta do to make ends meet. So I think, in my personal opinion, from my personal experience, it's not black people that does this. Of course, I'm pretty sure he's not talking about all black people, but everybody's like that. Everybody is like that. I'm keeping it real with you guys because I just feel like in the black community, when we be so critical of ourselves, we quick to, like, attack one another. I don't think we need to attack this guy. I don't think we need to attack him. But if you want to say something about this guy, go ahead at it, because he had it coming. He knew what he got. I think he knew what comes along when you be too critical. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I really honestly disagree with this, and I do for sure. I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not only us. It's everybody from our communities that have been in that situation. Okay, like anyway, that was.
So this is actually all I got from this video, and I know this young man, not personally, you know. I remember there was a time he actually came on television crying that he's been disrespected, that he's been mocked, and the rest of it, you know. It was like he was actually not invited over to somewhere, but he went because it was like, you know, I think Republican or conservative kind of thing, and he went. So the pop-colored people that are like him also, like, you know, started making jokes of him, using the calling him some racial, like using racial slurs on him. And this young man actually went on television crying that this is not allowed, this is not like accepted, and all that. But I do not support people like him because he has been saying some crazy things about people that look like me, and then he had that experience and he wanted black people to speak on his behalf, which nobody did, right? And which I loved it for him before. I loved what happened to him because they feel like they are untouchable when they roll with some kind of caliber, you know? Because when you are talking about your community, you are disrespecting your community, right? It is okay by them, like, you know, it's all love and all that. But then when you stop, it is no longer love. So he is talking ill about his own community, and they're all hailing him. And he thinks that he's untouchable because he has access to them. So for the fact that he can probably like, you know, move around with them, does not mean that they are not going to do the same thing they do to every other black people. So they also did it to him, and he came up to cry, and nobody gave him a listening ear, which was really very good for him. Right? So now he is also trying to tell me that at workplace that he is also the problem. And also what happened that time was also his problem, right? And I am really very happy that I did not speak or call anybody to help anybody out because I already read about him. And then that happened. And then people, like, you know, were telling him to go and call his the people he support, the pop-colored people he support, to come and fight for him. Now, let me make this clear. You know, some of us are very quick to talk about people that look like them, like talk about our community in a very not good way, and then think that the people you tell about your own community will not wake up one day and use it against you, or will not wake up one day and do the same thing to you. You are touchable because they feel like they are untouchable because they have them around and all that. So now, he came, ask Candice Owen, I'm sure she's a very good example. And now this young man again came with this one, that black people are the problem in the workplace. I am not trying to make excuse for black people or anybody, but what I am saying is people like this can never tell you the truth because they do not even like themselves or their community from the onset. So how do you want them to say something positive about their own community? It's not possible. So I cannot help him, and he cannot also help me. But one thing I am hoping one day is that they really see the danger in what they are doing. Because all these things that they go around trying to sell their own community are coons, you know, their own community for just like, you know, for a few dollars and all that will somehow come back to them. And by the time it starts happening, there might not be anybody willing to assist or help you. Yes, Candice Owen is a very good example. Thank you all so much, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.